Moving on now to Temple University, head coach Matt Rhule. The Owls are 1-6 overall, 0-3 in the American Athletic Conference. Last week, Temple beat Army 33-14 on Saturday. And this week, the Owls back in action at SMU. That will be a 3 p.m. Eastern Time start. Will be on ESPN3. And as we mentioned at the top of the call, Temple punter Paul Layton is the American Athletic Conference Special Teams Player of the Week. Coach, thanks for joining us on the call. Congratulations to you personally on win number 1. If you could take a minute to tie up the game against Army and then tell us what you look forward to as you hit the road to Texas and facing SMU.
Yeah, we were excited for our players that they had a chance to go out and get a win, and a great homecoming crowd in front of our fans and students and alumni. It was a good day for the football team. I was really proud of the fact that I felt like they took control and took a game for once, and that's really where we've been. We've been close at times, but we've never taken that step to take the game and take control of what we can, and I was happy that we did that, and it resulted in a win. So as we move forward now, we gave them Sunday off. They came back ready to practice today, and we have to get ourselves obviously ready for a tremendous SMU team, a team that we have a tremendous amount of respect for, and one of the best coaches in college football in Coach Jones. So we have our work cut out for us, and we're excited to go down and play them.
The questions for Coach Matt Rhule, please. Hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
And we'll go to John DeCarlo with owlscoop.com.
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Hey, John, what's going on?
Not much. How did the guys respond in practice today? Because I know coaches are sometimes, after you go through a long losing streak and then you get that win, I know coaches a lot of times say they're curious to see how their team responds, whether they're still hungry, whether they get a little full of themselves or anything in between. How were the guys today in practice, and what difference did the win make?
I thought they had a lot of enthusiasm and spirit. I thought they flew around. But you know what, John? That's been the way they've been every week. They've come back, and I think that's indicative of a young, hungry team. Kids, when we've lost, it's never been really a blowout. So there's been some positives, but I think the win probably energized them a little bit. The day off maybe helped them on Sunday, and because normally we flip it and we're off on Monday, but we practiced today, and they had tremendous energy.
Can you talk a little bit just about some of the, obviously you've been playing a lot of young guys, maybe specifically, guys like Felton, Donde Kirby, Jake Quinn, and what you saw of those guys on film, and anybody else that jumped out at you that's just starting to get more playing time. I know you mentioned that there were some guys that started the season on the scout team, and now they're playing significant roles. Maybe just talk about those guys and what you've seen from them.
I think for us it was, I'll start with on defense. I mean, the fact that we started Sharif Finch and Jihad Pretlow, two true freshmen at the outside linebacker safety positions against the triple option. Those guys have to be disciplined, or those plays that we were knocking down for 4, 5, 6 yards, become touchdowns. And so to go out there and start two true freshmen out there, to start a true freshman at defensive end in Kaiser Terry, they went out and they just played, and I thought that was exciting for us, obviously, and obviously on offense, PJ as a true freshman, and Zaire, just a lot of good, tough, hard-nosed young kids. One person I will say that stood out, you can't really tell in the trenches, but Avery Robinson as a true freshman made a lot of tackles inside, and I was really proud going back and watching the film. You don't notice it while it's happening, but he played really well.
Had any update on how Nate Harrison's doing? Any other injury updates health-wise with the guys?
Yeah, Nate Harrison and Brian Burns both went down with sprained ankles, and we'll see if they'll be able to go. They weren't able to go today. We'll see if they're able to go later in the week. Levi Brown tried to go a little bit today. I don't know if he'll be able to go. And Rob Dvorak practiced today, which was good for us. So we'd like to get Rob back out there.
And with Rob, it's a toe, and with what's Levi's injury?
He just had a chronic hamstring. It's a pretty bad one, So he's tried to fight through it. And then last week we sat him down and allowed him to take a week to rest because he just couldn't go anymore.
One last question: What's the transition going to be like? I mean, I guess you're transitioning anytime you leave the Army film and you move on to play someone else. But what have you seen from looking at SMU and the challenges they present to you offensively and defensively?
Anytime you play an option team, the next week is always difficult because you're kind of stuck in that mode. And not only that, but the fact that SMU is as good as they are throwing the football and the amount of points that they score and just the conflict they put you in with their passing game. So that has not been our strength anyway, and it's going to be a real challenge for us. I mean, Garrett Gilbert as a passer and really as a runner, is an outstanding quarterback, and they have skill, from sideline to sideline. So, we have to make a quick transition.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
Sure.
And we'll go to John Mitchell with the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Hey, John, what's going on?
Not much, man. Congratulations again over the weekend.
Thank you.
What do you do now with Nate C? Do you leave the linebacker, or do you want him back up on the line for that pass rush?
John, I'll be quite honest. It's kind of a day-by-day thing right now. We let him practice at linebacker today, and he'll probably have some downs where he might go down and rush the passer as well, depending on if it's a run down or if it's a passing down. Nate played an unbelievably good game last Saturday, and we're just trying to utilize his strengths in the passing game. And so he'll probably play linebacker, and then we'll use him to rush at times, if we need some extra juice.
And just a follow-up question on that. Going back to SMU, I can piggyback in with John just asked. Can you talk about the difference going from a team from one end to the other extreme?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that are there. They're in four wides, so they spread the field on you. They have tremendous, screen game, and they're fast, no huddle. So last week we faced a team that was in three backs and was in the huddle, and now we're going to a passing team that's four wides, and goes really fast. And those teams have hurt us at times this year. So our guys have to not only transition, but they have to go out and play it a lot better than they have. And the point is, utilize the confidence that they hopefully took from, hey, we did our jobs against Army and it worked out. Let's go do our jobs against SMU.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
Yes, sir.
If you have any other questions for Coach Rhule, please hit *1 on your telephone if you do. Coach, well, thank you for your time this week. Look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, and that is Temple at SMU Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN3.